Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. This is sort of a special little artist vlog as it was my first ever artist residency that I just recently participated in Rhodes, Greece. I never done an artist residency before, so I didn't know what to expect, but I actually had a really great time there. It was for the last 2 weeks of January, and let me tell you, I wish I had stayed for a month. I really wanted to see so much more and get a lot more painting done. But I ended up with 5 solid pieces for the end of the trip where we sort of hosted our own little show. There was a lot to see in Rhodes, including a variety of wildlife, such as these funny little peacocks that we stumbled across on one of our hikes to just this really beautiful area. And we also went through this sort of tunnel experience there, and it was very eerie. We sort of had to wade through a tunnel of water in like the pitch black for like 2 minutes straight. So it was a very cool experience. Also, the other kinds of wildlife, if you'd like to call them, are the cats in Rhodes. And I mean, they are just everywhere, absolutely everywhere, in shops, on the streets, at the sites and the ruins. As you can see, I brought a few biscuits to feed them because I love cats and I wanted to feed them. The locals also seem to participate in loving and caring for the cats, which I thought was a really sweet and really nice thing too. And if you don't know me, then yes, I am a little bit of a crazy cat lady and I have no shame in that. As for the archaeological sites themselves, they were breathtaking and just everywhere. I actually ended up staying in a place that was in the middle of Old Town, which basically was surrounded by the castle. Everywhere you went, the old ruins were sort of integrated into the everyday life of people here. It was just everywhere. Old bridges were also roads, and the castles kind of functioned as a separation for Old Town versus New Town. When I first got to the island and was figuring out what I wanted to paint, I wasn't too sure. I was actually putting a lot of pressure on myself to paint something that was really specific to Rhodes or Greece. And I think that ultimately, sort of dampened my creativity. Like, I just didn't know what I wanted to create. In the end, I just kind of went with my gut, and eventually the ideas sort of came pouring in a little bit, and I felt a lot more inspired to create once I sort of let go of this notion of it having to be really specific to Greece. So I think what I came up with was pretty good, and I'm happy with what came out of this trip. My ultimate goal for the residency itself was to learn a looser style, a little bit more abstract, a little bit more freeform, and I think I achieved that with a couple of pieces. My typical style is very clean-edged, very sort of stiff, if you like, which you'll see in this pigeon painting here, and then I added some splatters to try and loosen up a little bit. But I wanted to learn more of an abstract freeform style because I've been wanting to experiment and branch out of my comfort zone for a really long time now. This trip definitely gave me the travel bug. I really want to travel more for work, specifically. I'd really like to be able to create art and sort of work as well as just travel and do it in different countries. I think it's just such a great way to live. Towards the end of the trip, we were preparing for an art show, which you see me setting up here. It was hosted in this restaurant where the food was amazing, it was delicious, and it almost had like this Michelin star quality to it, which I absolutely loved. So we set up our show in the afternoon of the last Saturday that we were here, and then later on in the evening would be when the show would run. I was doing this residency with about 8 other artists, including our hosts, who were just really great people and really taught me, the girl who was our teacher taught me the techniques that I think I wanted to come out of this residency. So with the night of the show, we walked down to the restaurant, which is one thing that I miss about living in a European country, is that you can literally walk everywhere. You don't need a car, you don't have to worry about, getting everything set up in your car and taking it somewhere. It's in walking distance. We spent the night kind of mingling with other people, talking and chatting with some of the other artists about our experience and pieces and sort of where we're from. It was a very diverse group of people, different cultures, different languages, and just really unique experience overall. If I was to do this residency again, I would definitely stay for a month. I just had such a great time, and it also felt like it was not enough. It really wasn't. I could have easily, happily stayed there for a month or two. So when I got home, I went through the pieces again that I had created just to show you in more detail. The first piece I have here I called Midnight on the Water. Again, you can get where the inspiration came from here. Just the amount of cats on the island, as well as it being right on the water, obviously being an island as well, surrounded by water. You could kind of imagine the ships invading from the other countries and islands, and then the cats sort of acting as a little port guardian, if you like. I just thought that was a cute concept for that piece. This piece is called Into the Light. This was one of the pieces I created that was much more of that looser abstract style that I was going for. I had actually used some mixed media in this. The sort of squares and the markings were used with like a paint pen that I've never used before, and I really enjoyed creating this piece. I think I'm really happy with how it came out. This piece is called Beloved. It is one of the many white pigeons that were spotted around the island. It was actually the first piece out of the 5 that I had painted. As you can see, it's more in my stiffer style, because I just needed to, again, get out of my head and just paint something and not worry about it being so focused on being specific to Greece. But I really like how it came out. I think it's really cute, and I think pigeons don't get enough love. I hear they make really great pets. This piece is the Greece piece that I sort of wanted to create. I've called this piece A Guardian in Time because, again, the cats around the island didn't just feel like pests or just street feral animals running around. They felt so much integrated as a part of the island living, as a part of the culture here. Very much felt like guardians of the city and of the island and even the culture a little bit. And I loved, like I said, I loved how the locals took care of them and loved them and sort of cherished them in a way, which is just so nice to see. And then finally, my final piece, which is also a bigger piece, is Daydreamer, this fox kind of in the abstract style again experimenting with different patterns and mixed medias and the more looser way of painting. I really like how this piece came out. I'm super happy with this one, and I think I sort of achieved what I set out to do with the fox and the crow pieces, and overall I just want to keep experimenting and exploring in this sort of style. Let me know which one was your favorite painting. These paintings are up and available for sale. You can shoot me a message, or you can head over to my Etsy store to see if there's any left. And as for the travel vlogs, I definitely want to travel more. I just love being able to be out and about and seeing other cultures, especially ancient cultures, and just seeing them integrated into modern life. So if you liked this video, then don't forget to subscribe and comment down below your favorite painting, and I will catch you all next time.